What is going on? Shango right here. Once again, we have returned, and a lot of people, you would be surprised how many people have been. You know, uh, this video is about the rapid cash infusion, and now is the time. Monday, August 3rd, is going to be the time for the rapid cash infusion ritual part 2. Okay, installment number 2, World Windfall Whirlwind. That's the subtitle. The intention is going to be on small, well, not small, excuse me, because no, but whirlwinds. I mean, they could be smaller whirlwinds, a couple hundred, a couple thousand, to maybe even larger. It depends on, of course, the individual's belief systems, their subconscious beliefs is what they think is possible. That can also, as far as just limit how big things can get. But in my opinion, and to my knowledge, and what I know for sure, things can get really big really quick. Okay, especially when we're talking about cash infusions. This particular ritual, whether you were involved the last time or whether you missed it and you were like, hey, let us know when you're going to do the other one, the next one, because a lot of we got a lot of I haven't even had a chance to sift through all the testimonials. I'm reaching out to certain individuals who sent testimonials to see if maybe they could drop like a voicemail or a video so I can actually show you, so you can hear it from them, not me. A lot of people have been hitting with the last ritual. A lot of people hit with the last ritual. And this one we're going to do even better. And like I said, the intention here is on specifically Windfall. Now, I know a few people who actually got Windfalls last time. Hey, why not again? Because the thing about when it comes to these types of rituals and these types of group workings, the reason why you want to stay tapped in is because a good analogy that was brought to my attention is these are like vitamins. Now, certain vitamins you can take and get an effect almost maybe immediately or whatever, but as you get momentum going with them, that's when you start to see some real change. Okay, we're not in the business of trying to get you involved in some type of magic pill. These are tools and these are opportunities, gateways that open up to, hey, you know I want you to have the most money that you can possibly have. Why? Because it will, depending on your mindset, it can help you to, you could do a lot more spiritual work when you're not worried about bills, when you're not worried about different things. My personal goal, and I really feel like some of my work to come here is to guide and show individuals as far as just overcoming this matrix. This is not the end all be all. A lot of times, some of us just do magic rituals about these mundane earthly things. There's nothing wrong with doing rituals for mundane earthly things. But if that's all you're doing shit for, is the one problem. Like, all we're doing, I don't want to, let's put it this way. What we're not going to do is just solve one problem, and because another one's going to take its place shortly. Just hold on, But this is about creating opportunities together magically, for cash infusions. And in this case, we're talking about windfalls. Okay, we're talking about windfalls. So this ritual is definitely going to stretch some of your belief systems for some of you as to what is possible for you. How much could you, I mean, some people, they can't even fathom or truly believe that they can win or receive unexpected cash or something like that. And I know because I used to be one of these people, you know. And now I've been through so much with, on my journey that thank God I've been able to raise my ceiling as far as my beliefs. And it's a process. You're not going to go from 1 to 100. That's cool. But this is going to stretch because I'm telling you, there's a large sum of money. And large is subjective because what might be a large sum of money to me might not be nothing to you, or vice versa. But there's a large sum of money with your name on it, okay? This ritual, we have some special guests. I could say who the host of honor is for this one. He just kind of bogarted his way through. I have a lot of history. We roll back like prophylactics, okay? We go back like spinal cords and baby chairs, okay? Now look, This is going to be who, like the main headliner, who we will be working with in this ritual. And before I introduce him, I want to say don't worry about it, whether you have heard of him, whether you have dealt with him or not. Okay, we got you. This is a um, what do you call it? Everybody's chipping in on this, including our man of the honor, or our man of the hour here. Okay, and like I said, I haven't dealt with him in a while, but he came through. I had to get him, because for a while, like I said, we was like this, and through some of my hardest times, I dealt with this particular energy, with this particular spirit. And let me tell you, before I even keep going on, this spirit is a very primordial spirit. The primordial spirits or deities, or even they're beyond those words, those descriptions. They are forces. Okay, they are forces of nature. And yes, our little human minds like to try and put forces of nature into little boxes and put little names on them. And this particular saint is no different. Okay, and he's more than a saint. But when the Catholics came around and tried to say, hey, you either do this Catholic shit or we're gonna have your head rolling, and the ancient Mayan people, or the whoever they were, the Mayan people at the time, the pre-Columbian people, were like, hey, okay. But they integrated this particular spirit. And without further ado, let me just introduce this spirit, okay? Some of y'all already know him, and you know how kick-ass this spirit is. This is one of my favorite all time, and it's also Apollo, Apollo spirit, Apollo Mayombe. So this spirit is, first of all, known as Mam, M-A-M. That's like an ancient, almost probably even pre-Mayan deity, okay? That stands for the Ancient One, okay? Now, the other name for him is Mashiman, okay? And the even more modern name, after the whole Catholic debacle came through, is San Simon, or Saint Simon, okay? AKA the Lord of Looking Good. And around the Ray household, our nickname for him is Mr. Bigotes, okay, which means Mr. Mustache, because he got the mustache popper, okay, and he happens to like that nickname, believe it or not. But and I shit you not, no cap, he even showed up physically in our room, looking more like a outline of smoke. But yeah, ever since I got this, started charging him up, reconnected, and as we're putting together this rapid in cash infusion ritual, he just fucking comes through. It's like, yo, I got this. And I'm like, okay, because like I said, I've been in pretty dire situations. And quick story here, and I know this has nothing to do with rapid cash infusion, but I just want to give you an example. When he fucks with you, all right? And that's why I fucks with him. And I encourage everyone who gets involved in this ritual to at least look him up, and at least just in your head and your heart say hello. That's really all you got to do at this point. But quick story here. I was in a situation, and many of you know some of my backstory as far as when I was down and out. I was down and out. It came to a point where I became aware. I was without residence, okay, and I became aware of an office building that seemed to be unoccupied. And for months and months and months, I didn't see nobody there. I used to work next door to it. So when the time came when I was like down and out, I basically broke in there and started kind of just staying there, And that was the time. That was a very dark period. Those were the Shango's personal dark ages. But one of the spirits that I dealt with very heavy during that time was Mashiman. Okay? Mashiman, Santísima Muerte, some Orishas, some Palos, but those were my core that I kind of just, if you will, started with. And lo and behold, this office was rented by some people who were basically gone most of the year, but then a certain part of the year they would come back and do whatever they did and leave, but they had the office. They were unaware of my staying there. So it's hard to explain. I don't want to get too much into it, but I basically jimmied the lock the best way I could. I used like rope or string to like tie the bolt lock. You know, when you lock it, I tied that to the door handle, and it technically shouldn't have worked. One day, one night, I'm there thinking it's just a regular day. You know, I used to do everything in the dark because I couldn't turn on lights, I couldn't anything. So, you know, I would sneak out early and then get back late, and just I'd be there, you know. And I did even have altars, and one of my altars was of him, was a Mashiman. Let me tell you, they could not get in the door. Whoever it was at the door, they came. It was totally surprised. My heart shot out my mouth and my ass at the same time, and because you never know. These were Hispanic people, and you know they could have been strapped, they could have not been. I mean, who the hell knows? I know for a fact later on that they were waiting for me, uh, guns are blazing, and I do mean that literally. Okay, but this guy right here helped me tremendously throughout that time. Not just with outer circumstances, though, also with inner circumstances, which were creating the outer circumstances, and it even got me up out of there. I'm talking, like I said, whirlwind, and this whirlwind leap was worth 5 figures very easily. So I can attest right now that this man is the business, okay? And if you know about him, then you know I ain't got to sell him to you. I'm not selling anything really with this, but it's my sincere intention, really, after getting all the testimonies and shit from everybody else who this worked for. And I know that there's a lot of times where shit goes through, and I've had this happen so many times. People, you know, will come back later and be like, "Oh, I didn't forgot to tell you that shit worked, man. Thank you." You know, and I mean, it's nothing. I don't take it personal. I know human nature kind of has just a part of that with it. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be great to kind of know, hey, you know, things worked out for you, because it does us very good. It does our heart very good. We like to hear you win, because when you win, we win. We consider your success our success. So in order for us to be successful, we want to make sure you're successful. And that's where this rapid cash infusion ritual part 2, the Windfall Whirlwind, comes in. The intention is specifically set on windfalls. Like I said, you know, anywhere from 3 to 5, 6, 7 figures, you know. So that can be in the hundreds to the thousands. That's what it's about. So we ask you to set your intention. Of course, the offering is there, the ability to circulate, so it does come back. All you will need for this ritual is either a dollar bill, okay? There's a reason why we're doing it. Everything has a reason to it. Last time we sent out brand new, fresh, crispy dollar bills fixed up. This time, you're going to be fixing up either your own dollar bill or whatever currency you have, okay, in your country, whatever your place of living, okay? That is all you're going to need, because I'm going to also be presenting offerings and gifts in the name of everyone who's joined to our brother here, Mashiman. And like I said, we're going to do everything we can to virtually ensure that you at least triple your offering, at the very least. Like if you was to lose, then that would be the consolation prize, at least 3 times back, at least 3 times back, at least 3-fold back. And sky's the limit on the win. You know, that's where we're at with this. We're going to show and prove. And like I said, I have all confidence in Mashiman here. Mashiman, like I said, I don't even know how. Well, I know how, just moving around, and you know, I had years and years ago, I lost a lot of my spiritual things, you know, and I do understand now that it was a part of it was I needed to cleanse, because I had other people in my life at that time, and I needed to X everything out. And as much as my ego was attached to these statues and different things, it was just time to go. So I get it. And, you know, out of sight, out of mind, sometimes there is a plethora. I mean, there's never a shortage of spirits or deities or gods or goddess or whatever you want to call it, demons and jinn, whatever, to work with. But I believe in relationships. Just like in person, I believe in relationships spiritually. So I want to also, hopefully, this is actually a gateway or opportunity, maybe for you to, if you haven't established or tried to establish a relationship with Mashiman, now is the time. Okay, San Simon, Mashiman, he's also cross-indexed because of the Catholic times with Judas Iscariot. And they tried to make, because Judas Iscariot in the Bible is the one who betrayed Jesus, right? So they tried to demonize my boy San Simone here, but the natives were like, nah, you know what he did with that? Because in the story of the Bible, he betrays Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, and then he commits suicide because he feels so shitty about what he did. But the natives were like, yeah, right, okay, you know what he did with them 30 pieces of silver? He came and helped out the needy. That's what he did. So that didn't work. So Judas Iscariot was not a demonized title that you could put on this particular deity. And by the way, this deity is way more ancient than anything biblical, anything. I mean, we're talking like primordial. One of those primordial, it's like a force, okay? It's a force. It's beyond words, but since we're trying to describe something, that's why we're coming at you like this. But the ritual is going down August 3rd. Over here, it's going to be filmed at 6 p.m. Immediately after, of course, excluding like editing time or like, because I got to compress files and shit, and that takes a minute sometimes because this 4G phone, man, it'll be like a 30-minute ritual might be 5 gigabytes, and there's no way I'm uploading 5 gigabytes, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta compress it so I can upload it, and then the upload takes a little bit of time, and then we send out everybody the link. The best way to do this is to sign up. Hit that button here and sign up. Be sure to fill out this form with all your relevant information, especially a good and your most used email, because that's what we're going to be sending out everything. And you also want to be sure to check your spam folder on Monday, August 3rd, after maybe about 7, 8 o'clock, because the link's going to be there. We're going to send it out. Last time around for the clearing ritual we just did, some individuals didn't, or claimed they didn't receive their link, even though I'm telling you, we got Bloodhound Bora on the case. She is a bloodhound, and she will super sleuth her way through everything, and she made sure everybody got mailed out, and if not, more than likely it went to a spam or junk folder. So you want to be careful about that. Be sure that you put anything from Ask Shango Ray, from Borders Bruja Boutique, shangoray.com, etc. You want to make sure that those are known in your email so that they give them to you. But it's going down August 3rd. Like I said, the offering's only $29.99. It's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. And all you need is $1 and like I would say a Sharpie. So whatever dollar of currency you have, it doesn't have to just be $1. It could be a $10, it could be $5, it could be a $20, whatever you choose, but a bill of your currency. And you want a Sharpie. It doesn't matter if you want to get green Sharpie, let's get green Sharpie, okay? I'm just going to simplify it because a lot of people like to, these things, you know what I'm saying? I like to keep things simple. The simpler and the more direct, the more efficient they are, and the better that they work, okay? So, some form of currency, you're like $1, $5, a paper of your currency, and a green Sharpie. And don't worry, in the ritual, I'm going to show you exactly what to do with this green Sharpie on your piece of currency so you can circulate it or give it away, okay? And that's going to be one of the keys. But of course, we're handling all the heavy lifting here. And as I said in the email that you'll be receiving, yes, we are doing this ritual for you, but there's also a segment where you get to take part in your own prosperity, your own windfall, and we're also doing it with you, okay? So that's why you need a piece of currency. That's why you need, $1 or a $5 bill, a $20 bill, or a pound, or a squib, or whatever the fuck your currency is. You want that, okay? So we'll see you there. The doors will be closing at 9 p.m. specific time, okay? 9 p.m. on Sunday, August 2nd, because we need a time. We got to have space to where, okay, we cut off Let's get everything in order with what we have. We can't keep having people come in. It's distracting, and it makes us less efficient. So that's why we have to have this cutoff date. Monday is the full moon also. So you definitely want to tap into this ritual, and you want to tap in with Mr. Bigotes, okay? Washimon, okay? And making windfalls, he's also known, like I said, as the Lord of looking good, okay? And usually you'll see that he got a bag of cash, man. He's bringing you a bag of cash. Secure that bag. Get in the ritual now, okay? All things will be explained. Also, I'll make another video. We'll do a Q&A on it real fast, coming up here in the next day or two, just so y'all know, all right? But peace and infernal blessings all day long, and we will catch up with you. Get down with this ritual. We can't wait to serve you and get you your money. Damn it.